Welcome in to the Corona Cero post show. What was a short but sweet and fun, lively day of action down here at the Ballito Pro presented by O'Neill. We came down the beach this morning and it was absolutely firing. The wind held off for a really solid amount of the morning, but we've hit the afternoon. It started to ruffle up the conditions a little bit, so we have called the comp off, hence why we're enjoying the Corona Cero post show. My name is Jessie Starling. I'm joined in the booth by Paul Evans and Greg Emsley. Guys, yet again, cheers to another fun day with the both of you.
Cheers, JJ. Grego, shots.
Greg, first things first. Moment of the day for you.
Moment of the day, well, waking up this morning, the sunrise was epic, seeing the waves spitting. And to be honest, I thought the ladies went amazing. Even Walla's barrel was the moment of the day for me, just the positioning and how beautiful that tube ride was.
Paul?
I'm going to say Ariane Ochoa. We had her in the studio. It was really cool to chat with her early on. She didn't make the CS last year. She's had to watch everyone else around her kind of do really well and overtake her, and absolutely nailed it. First thing in the morning, I knew we were in for a great day when I saw that wave.
Greg, it's been obviously a full year since we've been back and seen a lot of these men and women compete here at Willard Beach. For the women's seeded round, did you see them meeting the standard of today's conditions?
The ladies that wanted it certainly met the conditions. It was very testing. It was a tough day, but jeepers, did we see some good surfing and some surfers really charging. I thought it was epic, and there were some fantastic moments.
We also briefly saw some of the men's surfers out there. Now, the men's round of 32 heat 1 was stacked. Had 2 championship tour surfers in it, and it is our first highlight heat of the day. This was a really interesting heat with 2 guys going to the backup plan of being here on the Challenger Series, Paul.
Yeah, a lot on offer out here, a lot available, and we talked about the CT surfers and whether they were kind of clear favourites, and I've just sort of had a bit of a feeling, I'm not sure if it's that much of an advantage. Seriously, 4 surfers in the water, waves like this, the talent level from the surfers kind of emerging below, and I just had a feeling we're going to get a continued theme where it is the surfers that are looking to try and get up there, maybe getting the better of those that are already there or certainly been there. Impressive from Ian Gentile. Thought he surfed well yesterday. I thought he surfed a lot better today. He's really finding his form. And I just think Kainalo's been one of the stories. I thought before the event, I looked at that list from South America and some of the names, and you just kind of like, where's the excitement coming from? I think he's growing heat by heat in stature, his manoeuvres. He looks really comfortable and he's ripping.
Yeah, well, Ryan Kainalo, definitely the underdog in that storyline. He did take the win. It was Ian Gentile who came in second. We did lose our 2 championship tour surfers out of the draw relatively early, so we will see them potentially be over in the US Open, if not at Tahiti at the next stop on that championship tour. It was a pretty jam-packed day. I mean, there were so many different storylines, and Greg, like you mentioned, those surfers who really did rise to the occasion. They were major standouts, and you could see that Ryan was really keen to lift during that heat.
The word I'm thinking when I'm look at Ryan's performance is mechanical. He just keeps working hard. The heat starts and he works. He gets a score. That score line keeps building, and he gets solid numbers every single heat. He's a great competitor, and he's definitely one to watch in this event.
I think he's really well-rounded as well. We talk about how young he was when he first started doing the QS. He was tiny, had those really baggy board shorts. Basically, they didn't really make him any smaller. He had the full, like, young John Johns below the knee when everyone was wearing short ones because he was so little. But, like, what he's able to do, he can bring carves, he can do that traditional surfing, he can go to the air. I feel like he can kind of scrap in a low-scoring heat. He can also do highlights, real stuff, and, like, a really well-rounded surfer. The thing with the CS is, you know, you're going to get a bit of everything over the year, and I think that's a really good skill to have, to be that well-rounded. It's serving him well here so far.
Obviously, we called the comp off early this afternoon because the conditions were a little bit tricky. Tomorrow morning, it's meant to be absolutely pumping. 2 major names in that one being again, I beg my pardon. Major names in that one, Oscar Berry and Mihimana Bray, who are standouts on that first day. Greg, how do you see them going in those really good conditions?
I think we're going to wake up. It's going to be clean and beautiful conditions. It got unplayable out there this afternoon now, and I think Oscar Berry is going to be a standout. I think now that he's made a heat, basic scores 2 6s yesterday, he's going to settle down and watch him. I think he's going to really take it now and start going to another level.
One surfer who made those tricky conditions look oh so easy was Jarvis Earle, and he is with the Frou Brew.
Thank you, Jessie. Actually took us a little while to get Jarvis off the beach. He got absolutely mobbed by autographed hunters as he was coming out the water. Well done, Jarvis. That was a great heat win. You were riding your normal board there. You didn't bring any step-ups. How did that heat go?
Yeah, I was just on my short board in a round tail. It still has pretty good hold, but yeah, there's some solid ones today, and it's pumping all morning, so I was stoked to get a couple and get through that heat, yeah.
Was the wind a factor at your heat was the last heat of the day and they called it off? Did the wind play into the heat much at the end there? It picked up a lot in the last half an hour.
Yeah, for sure. I kind of had that in the back of my mind, like watching pumping waves on morning. I was like, oh, I'll be hit and miss for the wind in my heat, but I kind of just accepted that and just stuck to my turns and paid off in that one.
Awesome stuff. I got one question for you. A couple of people have asked me if I do interview to ask this. Give us what's up with the barbed wire on the board?
Yeah, it's actually my mate from back home, name's James Hoff. He's just draws a lot in his spare time, and as you can tell, he's pretty talented. So I got him to a batch of my boards, and they came out pretty sick. And yeah, that's the board I'm riding for this event. Yeah.
Awesome stuff. It's obviously working for you. Great to see you going so far into the event. Can't wait for your next heat.
Can't wait, man. Oh man, let's go.
Back to you, Jessie.
Thank you, Mike. Thank you, Jarvis. Pretty cool to see Jarvis surfing so strong, especially considering he had a really gnarly knee injury this time last year.
Yeah, great seeing him back in rude health. Bit of time off sometimes not always the worst thing ever, is it, as well? A little bit of a breather, maybe come back with a slightly different take on things, whether you change your prep or anything like that, but just a little bit of distance and then come back with a different headspace, some new energy.
Yeah,
love it.
I love it. We saw some new energy in the women's side of the draw as well. There's going to be one of the standouts, probably the highest standout heat was the round of 32, heat number 1 on the women's side of the draw, and that is where we saw the highest wave score of the day so far, a 9 for Ariane Ochoa here.
Yeah, just absolutely killing it. This is Sanoa, I believe, on this first wave in this heat. But that wave of Ariana will come through. And as we see in white, this is Nadia Erostarbe. She's been surfing well, unfortunately getting eliminated, even though there was a 7-1-7 in the scoreline, not managing to back it up. But she'll take heart that she's on form heading in to Huntington Beach. And this is up and riding. That big turn from Ariane, top corner on that one, and backs it up with another massive hit, gets the 9 point, and it was a big wave as well with 2 huge maneuvers.
Maybe one of the biggest waves we saw in competition all day. Isabella Nichols was also in this heat pool.
Yeah, well, that theme, there it is once again. And some of our top seed surfers that we're really expecting, they're going to respond well to the pressure. I mean, she surfed well. There's nothing wrong with this kind of action. But, I mean, sometimes when the scores do get nudged up, someone gets a 9 and then everyone steps their game up in the heat. It's going to be tough. And she bows out. But that's what makes it exciting, right? You see those big names going down. You kind of raise an eyebrow at the same time. That's actually quite standard for the Challenger Series.
Yeah, everyone does get a piece of the pie. Everyone has those events where they do find that momentum. They get that standout. And like we just spoke about with Jarvis, having some time off can pay dividends, and that really shows with Ariane Ochoa, who came back this season and is in some of the best form we've seen, Greg.
Yeah, absolutely. And she is in the best form I've seen, getting 9-point rides. It's a massive score. It's an excellent score, but big wave, having that opportunity and getting those 2 huge turns. And she's looking comfortable, calm, having to step back for a year, but she's come back stronger. I think that's a big theme this year. A lot of the surfers that have stepped back have come back stronger.
Yeah, I love to see it. As you mentioned before, the waves are going to be pumping again tomorrow. So let's take a look at the Surfline forecast and see exactly what we're dealing with. Paul, we love when we can come to a comp and just know that there is dark green good days on the lineup for the Surfline forecast.
Yeah, definitely. I mean, there's nothing that sort of strikes fear into the heart of an organizer when it's absolutely pumping the week before, and it has been a bit of a theme. We've seen some kind of swell of the seasons hit just before event windows open when it was pumping. My mate Greg Elmsey messaged me, told me he got barreled about a week ago, and I was like, uh-oh, what does this mean for our Challenger Series window? I tell you what, the surf has absolutely delivered. I think we've had a couple of days that was bigger than we thought it was going to be. This morning, once again, we're looking at it in the dark and we're thinking, has it dropped a bit? Not at all. Unbelievable. But look at those numbers, really, really healthy, Greg. I mean, it just looks like we're going to be blessed throughout. And I guess from Travis's point of view, he gets to just pick those best moments, the wind as well, and put our surfers in real quality ways, what they deserve.
Yeah, absolutely. That system has passed us. It's kind of got stuck just below Madagascar there, spinning. So it's still giving us the south swells and a mix of east swells. So it looks like it's going to taper slightly, but I mean, it's solid 6 foot, maybe even some 8 foot sets out there. So a little bit of a taper, I don't actually see as a problem. And I think we're going to continue seeing these swells for the rest of the window. I don't think it's going to get lower than 3 feet. And we're going to have the offshores in the morning. And then let's see what the afternoons bring.
We will most definitely take it. Pumping conditions in the morning. If we have to call it off for the afternoon and come back the next day, we're fine with it. Let's take a look at our top 5 highlight moments of the day. There was a couple of really strong ones, and this top 5 actually paints that picture perfectly. Ian Gentile, this was a huge wave here, Greg.
Yeah, it was massive, but how's this turn? Absolutely free falls out of the lip. He gets to 7.67, and that felt good. I mean, that was a huge, that's one of the biggest turns of competition.
And then we saw Laura, which she was just such a standout, Paul.
She looked amazing in the water. If you saw her hobbling on the beach, you wouldn't think she was probably able to even get to her feet. Well, she did a little better than that. She looked so comfortable and happy out there, being creative with her line, really patient, nothing forced or hurried. I thought this moment, the ocean was so glassy, so impressive what Laura did.
And then, of course, the winner of every day has to be the Dolphins. This is the Dolphin Coast, and they were out to play in full force today, Greg.
Yeah, they were having a lot of fun. And just look at that water quality. That water's so warm, the Dolphin Coast, and that's why they had to
They're not in a hurry, are they? They're just sort of hanging.
Oh, they're watching the action. There's great surfing action straight in front of them. Where would they go to? Why would they want to rush off?
Win, lose, or
Fantastic.
draw, you can't help but smile when you're out in the heat and you see a pot of dolphins like that.
Yeah, look at that. Absolutely perfect. The Quadakuza Coast. The warm Indian Ocean is just fantastic as it laps up onto these pristine golden beaches.
And there was a couple of surfers who got to dance with these dolphins throughout the day too. We've had so many moments throughout competitive surfing history where the dolphins have got amongst the action. Today, adding to it with Sally here, Paul.
Yeah, this is a great moment for her. I mean, she's had a lot in her career. It's another one for the scrapbook, isn't it? Beautiful to see the dolphins in the face. Good to see Sally as well, doing some of her trademark turns, competing well as ever. No real shocks there.
This is Greg's highlight moment of the day, that barrel from Eden Walla.
Oh, it's just all day long. I love seeing her tube ride, but watch this. She eyes it so perfectly. She's compact as she takes off, ready for anything. Sets up into the tube, and there's no panic whatsoever. Just draws that perfect line, and great. She got an excellent score for that.
And the highest wave score of the day, Ariane Ochoa, Paul.
Yeah, another good day for the Euros. A great day for surfers out of the Spanish region. A massive number for her early on in the day. When you got an early morning heat, the relief that she felt and the stoke after that. As we mentioned, we had her here in the studio. It's really good to get her thoughts on life on the Challenger Series, but just one moment away from the surf, and I thought she said it was good not to take it too seriously here. You can really put your fortunes and tie them in with what happens in your heats, and I think she's got quite a good kind of grown-up view on it all. I love that mature take from her.
I just love looking at the morning conditions. They were so glassy and so clean this morning, and it really did allow our surfers to put their best foot forward like we saw from Ariane. So, of course, that means tomorrow morning we are going to come down and we have the same call time, 7 a.m. It's going to be an incredible day. The conditions look borderline exactly the same as this morning when you go to the finite chart details, but it's going to be a great looking round of 32, especially for the men's in those conditions, Greg.
Oh, it's going to be awesome. I reckon those surfers are going to battle to sleep tonight. They're going to have so much excitement knowing that offshore wind's going to come through overnight, and we're going to be greeted to crisp, clean, perfect waves. I reckon we're going to see some tube rides tomorrow.
Oh, I can't wait. Let's do it. Let's bring it on. We're going to leave you guys with some highlights, and we'll see you here tomorrow morning at 7 a.m. for the call.
Cheers.
Cheers.
League for broadcast around the world and may not be retransmitted, reproduced, rebroadcast, or otherwise distributed or used in any form without the written consent of the World Surf League.